Hello, so it's art time again, and I hope you're going to get engaged and involved in this week's tutorial. We are doing something totally different as always. It's quite random. We are looking at our favourite toys from childhood, or even keepsakes, or even maybe our grandchildren's toys. So I brought down one of my bears. So the next couple of areas, so the next couple of weeks, I'm going to bring a doll next time. So we're going to have a look at how to draw. There he is. Okay, I'm going to put this back to the station. I'm at home today. Anyone saw it, but my ceiling's caved in the kitchen. So it's been a dreadful time of it at the moment. Just making sure that's set up nice so you can see everything. So where do we start? Start by getting your pencils, eraser, anything you've got there to mark mate with, and you want your subject matter. So go away, find yourself your subject matter, and we should have some interesting pieces from this. I'm going to get a standard HB for this one. Let's look at our angles, and let's look at the proportions of this bear. So I'm going to start off by, sure you see me, by capturing its shape of head. It's got quite a bit of snout there going on. I want to make sure that I'm not going to oversize this because I need to fit them all in. So at the minute I'm just putting marks in there. Remember, we always said look for your guidelines. It look a bit odd for a minute, as you should probably will know by now. So all I'm doing here is just putting in whereabouts, making some marks. You probably won't be able to see it for a while. I know you struggle with this, not being able to see these light marks that I put in place, but it's the only way I can do it. If I put in dark marks, I'm never going to get rid of them. So just bear with me and just think about how we've done it in the past where you saw it grow. Just put in the proportions, where the angles are, nice and gently. Remember what I've said before, don't look at the whole thing, just break down aspects of it. Our eyes play tricks on us. I've got the arm here, so again I'm just getting a rough idea of where things are going to go. Now I think there's a scarf there, you see, so it's hard for me to see where the end of the tummy and the leg is. I'm just going to put that in there for now. And his arms go in, his head sort of hunches down. I'm just put them arms in for now. Probably even hunch more than that, and then this arm is at the side, coming down the side there. Quite a bit chunkier than that actually. So we've gone really quiet at the minute. It's because, again, it's something new. I'm just trying to catch as much as I can so I can show you what I've got to now. you know, so we can emphasise these lines. I'm going to do the scarf quite rough as well for now. We can always neaten that up later, just so I know things are in the right, more or less in the right place. That's going to all be the scarf part. I'm quite happy with the body part, how it's coming along. Obviously I've got lots to rub to erase away there. But you can see there how the body is looking more cuddly toy sort of. And his tummy there. His leg comes out more there. Right, so now we've got this. He's on a chair, isn't he? I'll just give him some marks there to ground him on his chair. He actually belongs in the bedroom, that's where he lives. I just need to work now on this because I've not got this face shape quite right at all. Trying to find where I've gone wrong. It needs to come thinner. That's his nose part there up there. Seems to have this overhang here. Two closer eyes. And then this seems to go a bit squarer, actually. Looking at it. Square when it comes out. And then he has these. Quite big ears. Went down a bit more. So that's the type of shape I've got from my cuddly toy. So you can see from that then, I did lots of rough marks because I want now we're moving on. I don't want to do the precise, the rectangle, the circle, the square. I think you now should be at a stage where you can actually make looser shapes. And then just use your eye. And keep checking over whether you've got these marks, these guidelines and reference points in the right place. His eyes are a bit small than that. Oversize his little eyes. Okay, so I'm going to stop for this first part now because I want you to work on. Remember, spend time on this. I will spend time on the underpinning part of your work, because if you get that wrong, no matter how much then you try, you're not going to succeed in getting a good result at the end. So just take some time on these reference points to make sure you've got them in the right place, and then we'll come back in about half an hour or so. See you in a bit. Hi, so I've lowered this down a little bit now so you can see it a little bit clearer. I've tidied everything up, so now you should be starting with clear guidelines. All that underpinning work, you should have everything in a place now where you can progress onto the shading, and that's what I'm going to show you now. Now, he's a little bit sort of a tatty teddy type. is got fur all over the place. I'm going to show you a way to achieve that in one of the areas and also on the shading part of it. So, where shall I start? We start on one of the arms. I'm going to do some gentle shading. What we're doing here, bring the ear over. I'm going to start with some gentle shading. It's a bit darker towards the ear, towards the head area. Obviously that's where you get a natural shadow. I'm just going to put in some tonage there, a bit darker than what I would be doing on the outside. I'm going to work out, and again I'm doing it quite loose on my fingers at the end, towards the end of the pencil, and then I'm going to bring it lighter. Now you will need an eraser for this. You won't really need your blending stub, because you're going to put this in some long hair, like woolly strokes into this ear. Now if you want to just, the hair will be going over this ear, so it's not, you don't have to sort of tidy up the ends there. And I'm just putting some tonage into this. That beautiful sound of the pencil, very therapeutic. And you know, sometimes just taking yourself away and doing some drawing, when everything's, you know, a bit chaotic. I think when you've not got, time to draw, it's the perfect time to draw. I mean, just doing this now, it's making me relaxed, and I'm doing a tutorial. Just takes your mind off everything. So it is worth engaging in these, any of the arts that's been happening. Anything that just gives you some time for yourself. We all need me time. So all I'm doing there is I'm just putting some shading in there. And put some into that ear there. Now I'm going to put in some longer type movements, some strokes now, and the wool comes away. And what's different about when you're doing this type of motion, normally do it in one direction, but this time you are going to do it in different directions, because you want to give that tatty effect. You're putting some bit of scrumbling in there as well. That'll give you a knotty sort of woolly type pieces. And again, you want to bring out these woolly long hairs. That makes him proper cute. difficult because normally I have my blending stick just to take out some highlights. So that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be creating your woolly teddy by scrumbling and making some long woolly marks. And obviously this is going to take quite a while because there's quite a lot of area to cover by doing this. So I'm not going to show you all of it. I'm going to carry on. I want you to do the same. Just think about what you're trying to achieve, what the texture is of your teddy. And then we'll come back and have a look where we're up to. See in a bit. What I want to show you is another way of achieving, if you've got a big area, just going to mind why I was doing this. Rather than putting in each sort of strand and scrumbling, there's a technique that I like to use. I'm not sure whether you're going to find it tricky or not, I don't know, but I'm going to show you anyway. This is a graphite pencil, it's a 9B. If you put your pencil on its side, so using this area, not the point, using this area, fingers back at the pencil. If you move your pencil around, see what I'm doing there? I'm applying pressure and releasing. Applying pressure and releasing. In that, again, in that scrumbling motion. And it will give that appearance of that woolly type effect. Okay? Show you on this arm because you can't do it on the end. I'll have to lift show you. You have to lift it back up again. Otherwise it'll just go over, and then you put your strands back in. But I'll show you on this side. I'm going to put a piece of paper actually over that area there, so I'm not going to smudge it, all the lead over the other side. So again, things at the back, it's a graphite 9B. You don't have to use a graphite, a 9B, pencil will work. So look, just applying pressure, releasing. In that non-sort of structural way of just letting it slide and glide a little and giving that sort of just a bit of help there. Okay, so try that. I put the eyes in and the nose, just made that sort of really dark so it stands out. Not going to do a stripy tie, I don't think. I'll see how we get on. See what it looks like when we've got all the wool, all the teddy, all the shading in place. Okay, leave you with that. Oh God, it's probably still going to take you about an hour or so. It'll be worth it when it's done though. So it's all nicely filled in now with mark makings, and we can see that scrumbling effect and those wool markings have really taken place now. So the last few things that I'm going to show you is I've left his scarf, sorry, it's not really a tie, is it? I've left it plain rather than spending more time on the details on this because it's took quite a while, this one. I think I found a sepia colour pencil, so what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to Could be nice if it was red actually. What colour is tie-in? Move my fingers up towards the end of the pencil again, just so I've got a bit more control over this area where it's a little bit tighter. And literally all I've done with that is shaded it in a little bit, give it a little bit of colour. Exaggerate them lines a little bit on the outside. Just going to sort of make with this now rather than shading with it. Just realised how close I am to the phone and I'm sounding dead loud. And the reason I'm just doing sort of different applying pressure differently here is just to so you can get the sort of movement within the scarf because there's folds in there. So even though it's one colour, you still get light and shade. I'm doing this quite quickly. Obviously you can spend as long as you want. Doing this pack quite quickly. You can spend as long as you want on this. And I'll probably come back to it at some point and work a little bit more on this. Get that beautiful sound of the pencil. A little character this bear is. So about squeaking. Nobody likes squeaking. Quite rustic this. Making him look a very, very classy bear. And then the last thing the grounding part of it. So I'm just going to turn this to the side and pencil, go for a 6B and I'm taking this the opposite way and literally just further down lightly, just put in some just ground him on his little seat there. Maybe under here. I think it's a nice one, this one, because it's you know, as long as you follow the tutorial and you get your own little keepsake. How cute to sit and draw them. I'm just adding, look how we go in there, put some more. If I'm going to be really naughty, like I said, I've not got my blending stuff with me. And we do have oils in our fingers. I'm not supposed to do this, but I am. So I'm just. And there's why, look, I've got a big smudge there. Too much lead in that one area then, and the oils in my fingers just spread it a little bit too much. There we go. It's okay, Min did it though, isn't it? Part of it, anyway. Well, there we go. And you can, like I said, you can neaten him up. So get pencil again. And there we have him. Hope you like him. See you soon.